What is up, my friends? Welcome to another Monday video here on CoolStuffInc.com. We got a fun one for you today, and we're playing a Saram Auras deck in Pioneer. Now, this is a deck that I'm near and dear to. I worked on some of the initial versions of this deck way back when at the very advent of Pioneer. Did a lot of videos on it. It was really cool. Kind of left it until Ken Yukihiro picked the deck up and added black to it with Theros Beyond Death and top-8'd the player store with a much better, improved version of the deck. And I've always loved this deck. I've always loved Saram. I played Saram in a lot of different decks over the last few years. And definitely a cool deck. And after Yukihiro's run to the top 8 of the player store, that kind of faded away a little bit. You know, into the realm of tier 2, tier 3. Definitely a fine deck. Wasn't really a major tier 1 deck of the format until the new set. Until Ikoria and Companions. Until you take a tier 3 deck based around synergy and things like that, and you add an 8th card to its hand. That's really good every game. And oh boy, does that change things. Companions have changed Magic in literally every format, with the best of them being Lurrus the Dream Den, and deck building restriction for Lurrus is each permanent card in your starting deck has a converted mana cost of 2 or less. Well, this deck already met that restriction, so a completely free add in this deck. No deck building restrictions required. You just put one Lurrus in your sideboard, and you start every game with a good 8th card in your hand, which is insane. I've given my full thoughts on Companion on my personal YouTube. Those thoughts don't really matter. It's here, we're playing with it, and Lurrus, while it's still available for us to play, we should probably play it because it's pretty busted. So, what do we have here? For those who haven't seen this deck before, this is a synergy-based aggro deck, kind of similar to Affinity, but instead of playing artifacts, it's an enchantment deck. So, tons of auras here. Of course, Ethereal Armor, one of the best ones here. The biggest possible boost for each enchantment you control. And also, First Strike, all the glitters, very similar. It's funny, it's actually just the worst Ethereal Armor. Still an easy 4 in this deck. And all of these cards are enchantments, but a lot of our creatures are enchantments too. And so Ethereal Armor and all that glitters are huge bonuses, allowing for very fast attacks very quickly. Those are our most important cards. Our other most important card is Saram, Senior Edificer. And Saram. I love me some Saram. Saram is a Grizzly Bear that says, whenever you cast a spell, draw a card. Alright, it's not that good. It's whenever you cast an aura, equipment, or vehicle spell. But almost half our deck is auras. So, while Ethereal Armor is a very risky card up front, you risk putting it on a creature, and the creature dies, you're down, now you're 2 for 1. Saram makes all of your auras into cantrips. So now every aura is 1 mana, draw a card, and do something really good. Saram is the core and the key to this deck. If Saram lives for a turn or two, it is very hard to lose. So Saram's fantastic. Our 1-drops are also very good. 2 of the 3 1-drops are enchantments themselves. All Seed of Life's Bounty can help protect your creatures, which is awesome. Also has lifelink, so it's a great vessel for your auras. Hateful Eidolon's perhaps the card that put the deck over the top here. Hateful Eidolon's a 1/2 lifelinker and an enchantment. So it wears auras super well, and it's an enchantment itself for Ethereal Armor. It's already great. And it says whenever an enchanted creature dies, you draw a card for each aura you control and what's attached to it. So, sort of like Saram, Hateful Eidolon helps to reduce the downside of having your aura creature killed by removing the card disadvantage. If I have a Hateful Eidolon with 2 Ethereal Armors on it and it dies, I draw 2 cards, and now I have the 2 extra cards, and they spent a card to kill it, so now we're even on card parity. So Hateful Eidolon's fantastic. And then Favored Hoplite, while not an enchantment itself, is a great vessel for enchantments. With the heroic ability, it gets bigger, defends it against damage-based removal, and things like that. Our last creature is Ephemia, I can't actually pronounce it right. The Cacophony. I'm not even sure. I say it wrong intentionally on stream as a joke, but I'm just hiding the fact that I can't actually pronounce it properly. Ephemia is a 2/1 flyer for 2, which is already fine. And then every end step, you can exile an enchantment card from your graveyard and get a token. So you can go wide too. So extra threat there. 19 lands, a bunch of auras. They all do different things here. Cartouche makes an extra token, gives First Strike. Sentinel's Eyes is secretly one of the best cards in the deck, as you can keep escaping it over and over again as the game goes on in longer games. And Karametra's Blessing, nice protection spell, can protect our Saram and things like that from things like Fatal Push and non-damage based removal. And Gryff's Boon, got to get in the air sometimes. Got to get in the air. So That's the main deck. And of course, the most important main deck card is Lurrus of a Dream Den. And getting to play Lurrus for free is awesome. It just sits off to the side. You often want to cast Lurrus with 4 mana available, so you can play a card immediately, gain immediate value off of it. And if you do that, and they kill your Lurrus, it's a 3-for-1. Also, they have their own companion, where there's already an extra card, already got you a card back, and it got the removal spell. So Lurrus is just completely busted. Just completely busted. Sideboard's got a lot of interaction. Hushbringer for those decks that have triggers and things like that. You want to slow down. Apostle of Purifying Light is like the best possible card against the Fatal Push Thoughtseize decks because they just can't kill it. And you put all your things on it and kill them, which is really, really good. Little Graveyard Hate too. It's like the perfect card against like Sultai, Delirium, and things like that. Legion's End's for the Mirror. Mirror has become very prevalent. The last PTQ had like 10 copies of this deck in the top 32. So Legion's End, of course, is very good in the Mirror. Thoughtseize for combo decks, just self-explanatory. Deadweight's a cool kill spell in this deck because with a Hateful Eidolon in play, you draw a card when the creature dies. And then with Lurrus, the Dream Den, you can keep casting it over and over again. It's a pretty cool card. And of course, Lurrus taking up the last sideboard slot. So that's the deck. 19 lands. I'm stoked to play this deck. I definitely love Saram. But first, quick word from our sponsors here at CoolStuffInc.com.
This video is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com. To learn more about this deck, click the link in the video's description below to read Jim's article.
All right, here we are for round 1. I'll choose Lurrus as my companion. It's always lucky to have a good friend, you know? Gotta have a good friend at your side. And, well, I guess we're going to mulligan. Opponent mulligans to 6, we're going to join them. And that is significantly better. So we're going to keep this. We're on the draw. We're going to ship a land here. We've got a 1-drop. We got Saram. We're going to keep all this stuff. Even though Lurrus makes us a little more interested in keeping slightly land-heavier hands. I want to keep both Sarams here. I want the 1-drop. I don't want the Aura. So worst land here, I would say Caves of Koilos. We'll probably take 2 off Godless Shrine, but more off Caves because most of our cards cost a single mana. So let's ship the Caves and be happy our hand is pretty good here. Saram's definitely our best card. So Temple of Enlightenment. Our opponent has 60 cards in our deck. They're not playing the blue-white companion, or any companion for that matter. And I think where Modern's at right now, not playing a companion is it's kind of a significant cost, honestly. It's kind of a significant cost. Hateful Eidolon. Hateful Eidolon is pretty great, but I think I would still like to lead on the Favored Hoplite. Yeah. If we're going to get Wrathed, Hateful Eidolon's a little better later in the game. Hoplite's more damage early on. We're probably going Saram on 2. See what they're up to over there. Basic Plains. Looks like some sort of like blue-white control deck. Oh, never mind. This is the mono-white Devotion deck that splashes blue for a couple cards. So that's fun. Ephemius. We really want that 3rd land now, I'm not going to lie. But we are just going to play Saram and say go. And wouldn't mind drawing a land next turn. Wouldn't mind drawing a land next turn. Heliod the Sun-Crowned. Well, we don't really have an answer to that. They want to combo us. We can't really do a ton about it. And they're going to attack, which is pretty interesting, given that they're a combo deck and they want to defend and kill us all in one shot. But, okay, sure. So we draw our 3rd land, which is pretty great. We're just going to start on Cartouche and try and find ourselves a quick clock to kill them with, because frankly, killing your opponent quickly is going to be really important. You draw Sentinel's Eyes, which is pretty cool. Cartouche makes a blocker. I'm going to fire off the Sentinel's Eyes. Triggers again. It's easy to see how powerful drawing a card off every aura is. And now we've drawn a Griff Boon, which would give our favorite Hoplite flying. Also, giving Saram flying might even be better. Nah, because we want to get this big boomer in here and really get in. Yeah, we're just gonna fire with the Griff Boon. Draw another card. They don't often have many flying blockers, and Ethereal Armor is another really good draw. So just a casual attack for 9 here on turn 3. We've got lethal next turn with Ethereal Armor, barring no interaction, of course, but I assume our opponent will do something. Charming to the last. Charming Prince says, Scry 2. Okay. There's your Ballista. So they would kill us next turn with the combo. Which they can't. They need to give this a counter and lifelink it, but it does not matter because they are dead. So let's armor up on the flyer. Draw some more cards. I haven't done the math yet, but I believe this is lethal. 7 + 4. Yeah, it looks good to me. So that's 12. They have no mana and no way to do anything. Yeah, it looks good to me. First pick, flying. Alright, send him a clown. Just your average, first strike, flying, vigilance, 12/12. Attacking on turn 4, no big deal. Alright, so pretty cool. Opponent didn't really interact too much with us, and we killed them. Simple as that, right? How do we sideboard this matchup? Hushbringer turns off like Reflector Mage, the Owl, other various comes into play effects. Doesn't stop the combo in any way though. It does have flying though, and as we saw in that game, flying is a pretty big game. Deadweight kills some of their creatures, but not all of them. I don't know how interested I am in that. Legion's End, same thing. Their 2-drops aren't that important. Thoughtseize to take Heliod. They are a combo deck. I mean, they do have their own removal spells. So, like, they should interact at some point with us. I would say Karametra's Blessing is, like, not really where we're at here. Although it is a little awkward that their removal is white. So Alseid of Life's Bounty is not going to be as useful as we'd like it to be. And Blessing can stop removal spells, but I don't think we need all of our blessings. Sentinel's Eyes and Griff Boon seem great. I also wouldn't mind like shaving a creature or two. They're not going to have that many removal spells, and the ones they have are going to be taxed on Saram. So maybe take out like some blessings. Bring in the Hushbringer, just because it triggers some stuff, and it stops some of the triggers, and more importantly, it's flying, and we bring in our Thoughtseizes too. I just don't think Karametra's Blessing is where we're at, especially on the draw too. I think we're more trying to kill them and stop them from doing their thing, and then try and goldfish them. And if they end up like, seal awaying or not seal away, stasis snaring a creature or two, it's just fine. I think. Let's do this. Euphemia's got flying too, so yeah, I think I'm cool with this. Lurrus is my companion. Thank you very much. And we have a pretty good hand here. No auras, but all 3 of our 1-drops. Lurrus also available, and a Thoughtseize. We're going to keep this hand. Temple of Enlightenment again. Sure, not a problem. Griff Boon. Okay. We're going to lean on Favored Hoplite. It's just like the most aggressive creature. There you go. If we get like Baffling Ended here or whatever, it's not really the end of the world. Thraben Inspector. So one of the cards that Hushbringer would turn off. And we draw a land. So I think we're pretty interested in casting Thoughtseize this turn, because this is a Heliod turn, and it's the one way we have to deal with Heliod. And I'm also pretty happy booning up here too. But we're going to Thoughtseize first to see what's up, obviously. So let's cast Thoughtseize. Their hand is Stasis Snare, Owl, and a couple lands. So their hand is pretty bad. Definitely taking Stasis Snare here. Leaving them with 3 lands and an Owl. And we're just going to boon up here and just start applying the beats. It's not the craziest clock of all time, but I gave her 3 flying on turn 2 isn't bad. Could be worse, right? They play a Plains. They play a Charming Prince. Sorry, folks. Make sure there wasn't a monster at my window. Charming Prince is going to scry 2 and try and fix this hand of theirs. So the Owl is really good, though. And the Owl gives them a pretty good flying blocker and a good look at some good cards. But scry bottom on the Charming Prince, which is good for us. And that was a really good draw. So, again, the problem with All Seed against them is that naming Pro white doesn't really do much because all of our auras fall off. Honestly, thinking about that, maybe we should have cut some of these, the All Seeds, over the Hoplites, because it's just like the protection effect is almost irrelevant. So all of our things are white too. Yeah, I think that was a mistake on my part. But either way, fire up Ethereal Armor here. And then we're going to fire in with... I'm going to play both of our creatures. Yeah, I think we just play both and get it for the max amount. Honestly, none of our 1-drops are really good against them because all of their removal exiles, so it's kind of awkward, but just get it for a nice 8 here. Yeah, definitely not a good matchup for All Seed Life Bounty. Definitely probably should have boarded some of those out. They play the other Plains. Now they're going to play the Arcanist Owl too, which does power up their Nykthos next turn, which is kind of annoying. Although they're going to have to block with it, so. Owl looks at the top 4 cards. And they find a Thassa Deep Dwelling. That is a card I have never seen in this deck before. Very interesting. Perhaps they chose the wrong god for their deck. And we draw Saram now. We've drawn all of our played our auras already. That's okay. All right. I mean, they're at 9. If we attack and they don't block, it's pretty gutsy. But we could just give the next turn, give the Hateful Eidolon Pro White and kill them. So I guess they have to block. All right. So yeah, throw it with Thassa next turn. So we're gonna fire in. They're not going to block, which is... I guess they could Thassa their Charming Prince, but I think we just give this thing Pro White, it kills it. It still has 2 counters on it. That's pretty interesting. All right. And then we're going to play Lurrus here, and... I think we could play the land. I'm going to play land untapped. They're not going to kill us with damage, so do that and say go. Now their hand is Nykthos, Thassa, Deep Dwelling, and one other card. I can't activate Nykthos for white here, sure. Making 8 mana. No. 6 mana. Looks like a ballista. Walking ballista on 3. Okay. And they're going to shoot my all-seed of life's bounties. If they also kill Lurrus, then they have a block next turn. Okay. We have to kill Lurrus too, otherwise I'll cast it again. So this is fine, I guess. Nothing I can really pro-white, honestly, so this is fine, sure. Could have pro-whited Lurrus, but alright, so yeah, so they're gonna kill Lurrus, just fine. So they're in chump block mode and they have a Thassa. We draw a Caves of Quelos. Not a very good draw. So send our flyer in. They block with the Owl, which is good because it turns their devotion down and makes their Thassa much worse. Crack the Clue, kill the Owl, and we're just going to play land and Saram. Playing the land because if we start chaining auras next turn, I'll be able to cast them all. So we're all in. We're all in. What do they got for us? Inspector, sure. We have big flying lethal attacker. Crack the Clue. Pretty desperate. Pretty desperate. Looking for a kill spell. Even if they find a kill spell here, we just flash back the Crisp Moon onto one of our creatures and kill them. So, sweet. Easy game. Easy game. 1-0. Definitely a fan of this deck. Definitely a fan of this deck. It's just a fast, aggressive deck. It's just, again, adding an 8th card to your synergy deck is just so good. It really is just quite impressive. Going first, winning die rolls. Where's my companion? There it is. There's my buddy. Yeah, sounds great. No 1-drop, but we got Saram, Blessing. We have Lurrus also, so without Lurrus, this hand's like not as good, but with Lurrus, I'm pretty happy with this one. Got Saram on 2. We're gonna just jam it on 2. So I prefer if it didn't die, but if it does, we have Lurrus and we have ways protected also. So, all right, so it's a mirror and they have a 1-drop, so not a great start for us, but sure. And there's our 1-drop, right on time. Mirror seems kind of wacky. Both players are kind of just doing their thing. Okay. Definitely want to pants up the lifelinker and give it flying. I don't think pantsing up Saram has much value. So I'm pretty sure we're just playing Hateful Eidolon and then putting an Alvic Glitters on it. Playing the extra creatures doesn't really matter. I'm sure the extras will just be jump blockers for the most part. And leaving a Blessing doesn't really matter because they don't really have any kill spells in their main deck probably. So I'm pretty sure we're just playing Hateful Eidolon and then all that glitters, and then looking to go really big next turn. I imagine, unfortunately, they're also doing the same thing, but Femia is also whatever. All right. Interesting choice here of do we attack or not. Would I trade Sarams here? I think I would, actually. I've already got value off mine, and I have Lurrus. I have Lurrus too, obviously. and we're ahead on the play with 3 lands already, I'm going to attack here. Take my free 2 damage, thank you very much. And then this is probably where the fireworks get started. Alright, so they have Ethereal Armor, which is very bad for us because that's the best possible card. And it's the cheapest card too, so we're about to get into a slugfest of life-linking proportions here. This is a really weird matchup. So we're both going to have monstrous life-linking attackers, like every turn. Alright, we keep drawing creatures, which is bad. Definitely don't want to keep drawing creatures. Let's give our Hateful Eidolon flying. Start there. Draw a card. Alright, we drew a land. It's not good. Not really a ton of benefit to playing Lurrus here. We're probably just attacking, playing Ephemia and Hoplite. And we're going to... Let's play a land and play Ephemia, since it's an enchantment for all the glitters. And we'll attack with both. We have Karamit's Blessing and they want to block more trade Sarams. They don't. So we'll just deal 8 and gain 6. Play another creature and just kind of keep this party going here. With no flying on their Eidolon, we can chump block it with the Hoplite, which is pretty cool. So they have all the glitters, which is going on the Eidolon, which is now 10 power. So a pretty easy chump block here. But they have no lands. They have all spells, which is not good. We have the mana to keep doing things, though. Okay, that's a good place to start. Sentinel's Eyes on the Hateful Eidolon. Okay. And I suppose we're just doing it again. We could put it on something else, but I think we just want the biggest life-linking, flying, vigilance creature possible, so... that's a really good one. That's a really good one. Now we've got 18, 19. We are 1 short of killing them. We have 22 damage in the air. We'll take it. We'll take it. I guess there's no point in playing Blessing because the Hateful Eidolon is also worth 2 damage in the air, so let's play Hateful Eidolon. Attack for 22. They're at 3. We're at 41. They have their whole... Oh my god. We have Vigilance and they don't. So... It's a fun matchup. It's a fun matchup. Alright, we're going to bring in our Legion's Ends. I guess we want Deadweight. And what do we not want? I would say that things don't really die. So Ephemia does not seem super important. I would say having a 1-drop is really important, but I really want to put it on a lifelinker, honestly. So like putting it on the favorite Hoplite doesn't even seem that good. I don't mind shaving one of those. Are we have any interest in Apostle of Purifying Light as a creature that can't be killed? I don't think so. Because I don't know if Legion's End is common. That was a card that we added, but most lists are playing like Fatal Push or other black removal spells. Yeah, I don't think we need Apostle. Honestly, Hushbringer is not like insane just because it just has a flying and lifelink already. And those are 2 of the most important abilities to have. I don't think we want Thoughtseize, but I could honestly buy it. Just because like hitting Saram is so important. It's nothing worse than the draw. Yeah, I think we're going to cut like another Hoplite. I guess Karamit's Blessing is also not amazing because there isn't that much removal. Yeah, I'm not sure about the place of Thoughtseize in this matchup, honestly. I don't want to cut any of my big auras. I think Karamit's Blessing is cuttable. Don't know how many I'd want to cut though. Let's try without Thoughtseize. I'm not sure, honestly. Maybe on the play for game 3, if we lose, we'll consider Thoughtseize, but I think this is fine for now. Hey, buddy. Interesting. So we have a no 1-drop hand here. We do have Legion's End and Saram and multiple auras. I'm going to keep this. They have no 1-drop either. Interesting. The plot thickens. Ah, we drew a 1-drop. Never mind. All right. Well, favorite hoplite it is. So if they play Saram, we're going to Legion's End it. And if they don't play Saram, we're going to play our own Saram. They're going to play Hushbringer. Interesting. So that's we discussed that a little bit as a possible option. We're going to all that glitters attack here. I think next turn we can go Saram or Boon or End if we have to. I don't want to play Saram to a possible kill spell. They didn't have a 1-drop. So it's kind of likely their hand is interactive in nature. Or possible, kind of like ours is. Yeah, I'm just going to glitters here. Sets up for future turns better, I think. Not a huge attack, obviously. It's more about next turn than about this turn. If they go big on Hushbringer, we'll just kill it. They play Saram, we'll just kill it. Yeah, so exactly. So they say they start, Ethereal Armoring up here. Sure. Excellent. So, great. We get our nice, 10 for 1 here. And taking a pretty big hit there, but it's fine. Ethereal Armor. All right. Well, first things first, we're playing Legion's End. So we'll also see their hand, too. So their hand is all that glitters and Gryff's Boon. So they can pump this warrior up, but not really for much value. They have Lurrus, too, I suppose. Lurrus is quite good. Yeah, we're just going to crank the armor up here and get in. We could actually boon. Maybe be boon instead. Just guarantee they can't block. Just guarantee the damage. Because the armor isn't even worth that much anyway right now. So, sure. I like this. Get it for 6. Can't stop it. They can play Lurrus if they want. And Lurrus is a lifelinker. So, putting the auras on it does have value, but now we're just way ahead in aura quality. So they're going to boon here. Interesting. Okay. That's a hit. So now maybe we have some... Actually, I guess Sentinel's Eyes changes everything. So I was going to play Lurrus and consider just starting to build him a lifelinker, but now our huge creature has Vigilance also. So we just Saram here and just go nuts. Play Ethereal Armor. It's a messy battlefield. And play both those cards. Yeah, that's pretty insane. Go to 8. Sentinel's Eyes. And 15? Why are you always one short, It's always one short. Day late, buck short. Alright, well, they go to 1. So it is 8-1. We have a huge blocker. They have a Lurrus in exile and 2 unknown cards. One of them is a land. And they drew Ephemia. That is a large amount of blockers. So that's a thing. I mean, the thing is they're in the abyss here, so Hateful Eidolon. Okay. So we're clearly getting in with our Hoplite. They're going to chump block with something. And then I think we're playing Lurrus and putting all the glitters on it. We want to have big lifelinker, and Lurrus is totally fine at that, obviously. So, yeah, this works for me. Force jump block. Cast the spell, please. Thank you. Another Hateful Eidolon, sure. So now we just have 2 monstrous creatures. Lifelink's pretty important too. Just a 17/17 flying first strike vigilance, no big deal. They play their own Lurrus, sure. They can obviously buy back their enchantments, which is fine, but yeah, sure. They can chump block with their zombie, but they chump block with basically everything here, so. Grifspoon. That is a very good draw. Flying to Lurrus. Draw a Cartouche of Solidarity, sure. Cartouche to Lurrus. Draw a card. Draw land, alright. Build Eidolons, pump up the creatures, attack for 1,000,000. Just 25. 25, no big deal, really. The problem with our Lurrus is nothing's dying, so we can't recast it, you know? Alright, and just gonna play lands they go. We're all in here, so. GLHF. Recast Ephemia, sure. Grifspoon thing, sure. And Concede, sure. Eventually they will still come. So 2-0. Liking it so far. Let's keep going. All right, round 3. Companion? Yes, please. Don't mind if I do. We're on the draw, and our opponent is playing Yorion Sky Nomad. Companion 4/5 restriction is they have to play 80 cards. So we'll see what kind of deck they're playing, but definitely a card. Definitely a card. We're gonna mulligan this hand, even though we have a 1-drop and auras. Making land drops is pretty important. Playing Saram's pretty important. We have multiple 2-drops here. If we just go Eidolon go, 1 aura go, 1 aura go, we're not going to win that game. We have plenty of card advantage between Lurrus and Saram. Pretty easy mulligan, I think. Sure, much better. Keep this, and this is a pretty interesting choice. We kind of want the 3rd land. We kind of want the extra Saram. I'm going to shift the Blessing here. With 2 Sarams, I mean, a blue-white deck might not necessarily kill my creatures anyway. We have backup copies and Lurrus, so take down the Blessing here. Want to make land drops with Saram and Lurrus. Swamp Soul Guide Lantern. Interesting. Perhaps they're like a Sultai deck or something? Isolated Chapel. Okay. I think there's like a Orzhov like Doom Foretold-y deck that plays Yorion. We're gonna play Saram here. I mean, might die, but they're playing 80 cards. What are they out to say? Fatal Push, right? They have Final, yeah. So they're definitely like a Doom Foretold, Demonic Pact, crazy like enchantment-y control deck. Sure. Of course, Lurrus should be good here. Blessing can't protect my Saram without it being enchanted, which is kind of awkward, but we're going to Saram here. And I think we're going to Sentinel's Eyes. So they kill it in response. It's like the least impactful. Still draw a card off casting too, so want to draw a land here for Lurrus probably. Alright, looks like we're good here. Now, they have land Doom Foretold. It's kind of gross, but Archon of Sun's Grace. Alright. Well, we know all about making good lifelinkers, so that one doesn't really concern me too much. Courtyard. Alright, so we definitely want to leave a blessing at all times now. We're probably just going to Cartouche and Boon. We'll see if we draw a land or not. Getting all that glitters down too is pretty nice, but I think that you want to leave a blessing at all costs, and playing 2 is better than playing 1. So let's start on Cartouche. We draw an Ephemia. Which hasn't really been too useful yet. 4/4 first strike vigilance. So now we're just going to Griftspoon it. We build ourselves quite the Serra Angel here. And we could go land all the glitters, but we're leaving a blessing at all costs. So we're just going to play a tap land here after we attack. Cool thing is that they have Doom Foretold, so we can just sack our enchantments too. Which is kind of nice. They can't kill my creatures. So Elspeth's Nightmare. So destroy target creature opponent controls power 2 or less, then duress me, then exile my graveyard. So my warrior is dead. But they get to, and then they get to make a chump blocker, which is fine, I guess. The Archon can block for a while, but so perhaps there's some value in us going wide here. Sentinel's Eyes. So we could Ephemia, all the glitters the Ephemia, Sentinel's Eyes the Ephemia, and just like get that going too. So we have 2 large attackers, so they can't just keep like chump blocking every turn. They are at 10. I mean, they're almost assuredly just blocking, so I mean, next turn they get to duress me. That kind of sucks actually, because they're gonna get my blessing. Yeah, we're gonna Ephemia and play a spell on it and see what we draw. It's probably going to be Sentinel's Eyes. I guess all that glitters plays too, but we've already played a land. Now let's play Sentinel's Eyes. If we draw a 1-mana spell, we can play it. If we want to, we can just play all the glitters, just tap out of our blessing anyway. Your Hateful Eidolon, it's not bad, but the Eidolon would die to the Nightmare Flicker if they cast the Yorion, so I don't think we want to do that. Alright, so I think we just attack here. They're going to chump block for sure. First strike means no lifelink. And then, given that we're going to get duressed and lose our blessing anyway, we're just going to cast this all the glitters on the Ephemia and draw a card. So shields are down, but they didn't have a push earlier on anyway, so. And now we've got a pretty good setup here of 2 monster creatures. They duress us, we lose our blessing, which is fine. They can cast Yorion and like flicker the Nightmare and get a another flyer if they want to, and a big flyer, but they don't beat our board currently. So we have Lurrus looming and much of mana to play our spells. No auras to keep the Saram chain going at present, but Starfield of Nyx. Any of your upkeep may return target enchantment card from your graveyard to the battlefield. They have none. As long as you control 5 or more enchantments, each other non-aura enchantment you control is a creature. I guess they can like get back Nightmare next turn. Okay. Draw another Karametra's Blessing. Sure. I mean, we're kind of just like playing big idiots and attacking, realistically. Don't have any way to pump up our Saram for lethal, so they're going to gain 2 off their Pegasus. Which is fine. Like, do we play Lurrus here? For just to get it on the battlefield? We're not going to play the Hateful Eidolon because they're going to be able to get back... Actually, no, they won't, because this is upkeep and this is main phase. So they're going to exile our graveyard. I guess we are playing Hateful Eidolon and Lurrus. Alright, I mean, you're up. I get to exile my graveyard, and then Nightmare goes away. Starfield didn't do anything. We got 4 cards in hand. I still have Yorion looming. And again, Constellation counts on entering the battlefield, so if they flicker 3 enchantments, they will get 3 tokens. It's a weird game so far. Play Shambling Vent. Like, maybe we expose Lurrus here for no reason. Just want to draw an aura next turn, basically. You know, like, just go nuts. Just do the things. They're going to play another Starfield of Nyx. So they get 1 more blocker. Alright, let's just draw an aura, please. That's a basic plains. Okay. I mean, if Lurrus attacks 2, they have to throw the Archon away as well. They have to block both of these or they die. We should attack at everything here. So they have to attack the 10 power creature and they have to attack this or they die. It's also his first strike too, so we can just kill them if they block these. So yeah, attack with everything. They block raw and they die to blessing here. Cool. Alright, yeah. Easy game. Let's die to the first strike before lifelink goes off. Take that. Take that. Ah, we're drawing armor into Cartouche, into Alseid. So, alright, that was cool. Unlikely hero there in Karametra's Blessing. We'll take it. So sideboarding. I guess we're bringing in 4 Thoughtseize. It's not ideal, like, not having an answer to the Archon, but it's hard to sideboarding as an 80-card deck because, like, I mean, they might have 3 Archons in their deck, but it's more like they have like 1.5 or 2. So, Apostle of Purifying Light. I mean, it does dodge black removal. I don't know how much of that they're placed out, like Elspeth's Nightmare and things like that. Is it better than like Favored Hoplite? Maybe. I would say that our Blessings were like fine that game. I would say Blessings is my least favorite card in the deck. It's not an enchantment. It can't save a Naked Saram. Definitely want the Thoughtseizes. Like 2 Apostles. We can cut some of like the crappier auras. Like, I mean, Cartridge Solidarity is pretty mopey. Flying off Grifspoon. Getting it back is kind of nice. But you like shave one of those. You shave like a Hoplite or 2. Apostles, Creech. Honestly, not sure. I'm gonna try this. Really not sure about this. Hey, buddy. Oh, what an awkward hand. We're on the draw with triple Thoughtseize. Triple Thoughtseize, but only 1 land. And we do have a creature. Of course, the problem is we can't Thoughtseize their Yorion. That's not how companions work. This is a tough one. It's a Caves of Koilos too. It's pretty painful, and I don't think that really matters. But and our creature is not the best. Probably the worst one. Hateful Eidolon is probably the best. It's a tough one. This is a tough one. Thoughtseize with no pressure is not particularly great. I think I'm gonna mulligan this hand. I think this hand like has to draw a land or 2 in the first few draws. If his Sentinel's Eyes was an Ethereal Armor, I think I would keep. But I don't think we're doing enough here. And we need to draw lands anyway, so we're going to mulligan. Alright, I mean... I guess we're keeping here. We do have Armor and Hoplite now, and Apostle too. I'm not thrilled about it, but we're going to keep. 6 cards is less than 7, and we have armors now too. I'm going to keep this. Ship the Ephemia. Chapel, go. Love to draw land here. No. Okay. So now we have the awkward scenario. We don't draw a land. We'd really like to put the armors on the Apostle, which is a much safer creature, but yeah, Thoughtseize, sure. Ooh. All right, take the Apostle. It's pretty reasonable. Isolated Chapel number 2. And we draw Plains. Oh, man. Well, I think we're just all in here. I think we're just shoving. We're going to play Cartouche also. So you can save an armor for the Hateful Eidolon. But, hello. Not a really happy place to be. We're lacking all of our defenses against removal here. Lost our protection creature, can't cast Hateful Eidolon, don't have Saram, don't have Karametra's Blessing, but Attack for 6. Not the happiest place to be, but they're playing a lot of cards, you know. They're unlikely to have, like, Fatal Push. Oh, they have Swift End. That's bad. Alright, they go to 10. I mean, now if we just draw a black source. It's not a black source. It's not bad, but suspense is killing me. Will I untap with Saram? Will I draw a black source? What took so long? That was insane. I guess they like lose their Doom Foretold next turn. Okay, yeah, sure, that's fair. So we lose Saram, but they lose the Doom Foretold. It's just like a bad Doom Blade here, which is still good, honestly. Come on. All right, we're just going for it. All right, they go to 7. They sacrifice Doom Foretold. They get nothing. The Shambling Vent. They still have Murderous Rider and Yorion. Yorion? Whatever. Yorion. And 3 cards in hand. Okay, that's not the worst. Alright, that's another blocker too. Alright, Alright, Lurrus, come on down. Maybe next turn you can come help us out. If we somehow can untap with Lurrus and play, that'd be really cool. Yorion looms. Swift End the Lurrus. Ugh. So obviously this game has gone wrong for us in about 100 different ways. Wrong colors of mana, no protection. All right, now we find our black source right on time here on turn 6. So now we get attack. We have a little protection too if the warrior dies. Flicker of Fate. We just had our token Doombladed by Flicker of Fate and didn't draw a card off Hateful Eidolon. So yeah, basically everything that can go wrong this game is going wrong. It's one of those comical games. But sure, sure, it's fine. Flicker of Fate. They're playing this card to reset their Doom Foretolds and other enchantments. Or not Doom Foretold. So that format enchantment. You do a different thing every turn, but you lose the game the 4th time. That card, Demonic Pact. That's the one. Thanks, opponent. Appreciate you helping me out there. All right. Pretty frustrating game, but that's okay. All right. Game 3. Game 3. Not a problem. This game will be able to cast our spells and stuff. Yeah, I definitely like the Apostles. I think Apostles is actually really, really good. The more I think about it. I don't know how good Ephemia is. It's a good like grindy card, but like I don't know if we really need that. Like I would say that the favorite hot plays just seem actively bad. They're just like the worst creature against removal spells. So having 4 Apostles seems a lot better. And Karametra's Blessings. I think 2 is fine. They have Thoughtseize and stuff too, so they can like see it and play around it. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. Tilt. No lands. Opponent keeps 7. I mean, we have to keep this hand. We just have Saram and Thoughtseize and Lurrus, of course, too. I'm gonna keep and be really, really unhappy about it. We're not going to 5. We'll ship a Plains. Oh man, this is gross. All right, Tilt Their Hand isn't too good here. That's good. It's Soul Spells, obviously. All right. Oh my god. Their hand is Push, Push, Baffling End, Doom Foretold, which is a really funny nombo, and Oath of Kaya. Lord, lordy, lord, lord. Where's my pro black creature? I guess Doom Foretold answers that too. Man, this hand could not be worse for us. I guess Baffling End answers the pro black creature. We're hoping to draw that. God, what a ridiculous hand. Oath of Kaya can sack the Doom Foretold, which is bad. When Baffling End dies, we do get a 3/3. It's really, really awkward with Doom Foretold. Maybe just Oath of Kaya. We don't know we're going to draw a pro black creature. And the Doom Foretold answers it anyway. Oh man, we're going to a long game here. Alright, you're up, opponent. Definitely not a good hand to see when you mulligan to 6 in the play. There's Temple of Silence. They scry to the top. Ugh, now they have lands too. Well, this is a really awkward way to go. Thraben Inspector. Clue. Swamp. Go. And draw 6 lands in our like 19 land deck. Oh my god. All right. Yeah, we're probably going to lose this game. Not going to sugarcoat it. They can Doom Foretold us here. They get a token. They're going to Archon of Sun's Grace. Not a lot of commentary to have here, folks. Yeah. They make a token. They make another token. We lose a land and some life. Yeah, I mean, that was one of the more embarrassing games of Magic I've played in a while. They still have Push, Push, Baffling End in their hand. Sometimes you just don't got it. 2-1. 2-1. All right. On the play for our next match here. Match number 4. We're playing. And I don't know what this pause is for. There's our companion. They've got one too. Yori and Sky Nomad again. So we played against mono companion so far, because that's what Magic is right now. Is that a good thing? Is it a bad thing? I'll let you decide. So what kind of Yorian deck? We're not sure. Opponent mulligans to 6. Our hand is pretty good. Really amazing, but fine. Solid hand. So we're going to lead on the Hoplite. And say go. We've got Blessing if we want it. We've got Hateful Eidolon. We've got Ethereal Armor. So we've got basically everything we can want here as far as a nice little aggro draw. Hallowed Fountain. So different than the last deck. Another Blessing. So I'm pretty sure we just jam Eidolon and Armor here. And they're not, because they don't have... If they're blue-white, their removal probably consists more of a... I guess they could be like the blue, like the mono white devotion deck that splashes blue also. And you know what? We're gonna Armor and lead Blessing up here. Play Eidolon next turn. If they have like a Baffling End or something. It's also like most of the devotion decks don't play that many Baffling Ends in their main deck, but because they're playing 80 cards, they might have like all 4, but there's less probability to draw them, but whatever. Just leave our protection up here. We can just easily play Hateful Eidolon next turn, leave Blessing up every turn. They shock, and didn't tap 2 white. Anafenza, Kin, Tree Spirits. Yeah, they're playing the devotion deck, so sure, it's fun. So we need to kill them fast before they combo. Definitely kind of a funny scenario where the combo deck is playing more cards, making it harder to combo, which is like kind of interesting, but let's play Hateful Eidolon and attack for 4. And play Favorite Hoplite and just say go. We've got our Blessings, so we can like combat trick our way through combat next turn if we need to. We've got protection for our creatures. Anafenza is part of the turn 4 kill. So they were to go Heliod this turn and Ballista next turn, we would die. But they have Reflector Mage instead. Reflector Mage will target the Hoplite, so we'll give it Hexproof with the Blessing. Also a bonus for targeting it, which is kind of cool. It's funny how our All Seed of Life bounties haven't seemed great because we keep playing as white decks and giving pro-white with like all of our auras fall off, which is kind of amusing, but all that glitters. Definitely going to spread this around here. The question is, do I want it on the Hoplite or the Hateful Eidolon? Whereas the Hateful Eidolon would gain us life. The Hoplite is worth 1 more point of damage. I don't think gaining life is particularly relevant here, so just put it on the Hoplite. So we also have lethal across both these creatures, so they have to block one of them, so our Eidolon can attack too. Otherwise they just die, so that's pretty cool. They take 6, they go to 5. We have 2 lethal attackers. And a protection spell. So, feeling reasonably good here. White for a Baffling End. You're about to get baffled, my friend. And a concession. All right, easy game. So blue whitey Heliod deck, Reflector Mages, some things like that. What do we want? Again, the all seeds are really awkward because getting pro white is like almost impossible. Maybe we just save some all seeds, honestly, of Life's Bounties. I think the Hoplite just kills faster, so we're kind of interested in that. And I don't think these are actually very good. And then, do I want Deadweight? Do I want Thoughtseize? I think I want Thoughtseize. Ephemia is interesting because it flies. I guess the Hushbringers are even better now because they have Reflector Mages to turn off too. And the flying seems important also. So maybe we want to like cut all the all seeds and bring in the Hushbringers too. Ephemia seems terrible because nothing ever dies. They only ever exile stuff or combo kill us. I think Ephemia can just go. So that's an easy swap for Hushbringer. And then we definitely want the Karametra's Blessings. Hushbringer and Thoughtseize help a bit there. We could shave a Blessing. The Blessings were good that game, but it doesn't mean that they're actually good overall. Maybe we shave like... I'm going to shave another All Seed too. I just don't think All Seed's very good. Could bring in Deadweight also. Kill their smaller creatures. Let me just got all the All Seeds. Let's try Deadweight. Let's see how that goes too. Can kill everything, but it's obviously cool with Hateful Eidolon, cool with Saram, cool with Lurrus. It's like it kills some of their stuff, but not all their stuff. I don't think that matters. The more I think about it, just leave all 4 blessings in. Honestly, I just do this. I think All Siege is almost worthless. So aside from just being a 1-drop, the ability is almost irrelevant, and it's just worse than the other 2 1-drops. And with Thoughtseize and a Hushbringer in our deck, also, I don't think we really need it. All right, we choose our companions in the choose companion phase. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So we're on the draw. Opponent mulligans to 6, and we have a Thoughtseize. We have a 1-drop in Aura, and all of our best 2-drops on the draw. Do we want to keep this 1 land hand on the draw? Having a Thoughtseize and then mulling to 6 are both pretty big considerations for keeping. We do need to draw a land, but going Hoplite and booning the Hoplite is certainly not bad. I think I'm going to keep this one. Mostly based on the Thoughtseize and their mulligan. And them being in the play. So them being on the play and they're down a card makes Thoughtseize better, and then us being on the draw makes keeping the 1 land hand better too. So, all right, Temple of Enlightenment. Karametra's Blessing. So we play creature or Thoughtseize here. I would say most of their important cards cost 3, so we're going to play a creature first. Then we draw a land and go Boon plus Thoughtseize, so... Alright, so not the end of the world. We have more creatures, don't mind trading 1 for 1. That was our worst creature, so... And we draw a land, very nice. So... A lot of interesting choices here. If we Hushbringer, it turns off Reflector Mage, which is pretty cool. This might be our only shot to get a Heliod out of their hand, but a Heliod into play doesn't really matter that much right now, I don't think. We can play Saram, but we play Hushbringer, Saram, it dies to a kill spell. This is a pretty interesting spot here. I think we're going to Hushbringer. So if we draw a land, we can go Saram, Thoughtseize. I don't think Thoughtseize is necessary this turn. I don't think that Heliod's that bad for us. The problem is if I don't play a 2-drop, I can't do anything else. Yeah, I'm going to play Hushbringer. They definitely have 4 Reflector Mage in their deck, so... And this turns off, like, a lot of their stuff. Turns off the Yorion, turns off Thraben Inspectors. It doesn't turn off Teferi, unfortunately. That's really annoying. Alright. So hard to play on all their cards. They have so many of them. That's really, really annoying. Land, please. Thank God. All right. So, what's Thoughtseize first? And see what's up. Oh my God. Their hand is Charming Prince, Reflector Mage, Stasis Snare, Walking Ballista. So their hand is stacked. Hushbringer does deal with the Prince and the Reflector Mage. They can Stasis Snare it, which I suppose is annoying. And they have a Ballista. Do we afford to play a creature this turn? I kind of think we have to. We play Hushbringer, they just Stasis Snare it, which I guess is fine. Then we have Saram. Their hand's really, really good. That's definitely that's Teferi into this good hand is definitely not a good spot for us. Take Stasis Snare. I guess we take Snare and they can't kill the Hushbringer, so right. Yeah, let's take Snare and Hushbringer. Just hope I don't draw land. Although that trading Hushbringer for Ballista is not that bad, so. So ideally they don't draw land and we do draw land. So we can go, we can pants up our Hushbringer and leave up, we can Saram, pants, and Blessing up. Anafenza. Anafenza is good Ballista, although actually, never mind, Hushbringer turns it off. So Hushbringer's been really, really good here. Land? No. So, God, what a tough spot. We can obviously kill Teferi here, which is great. We know their entire hand. It's Charm Prince, Ballista, Reflector Mage. Hushbringer turns off the Prince and the Reflector Mage, and the bolster ability on Anafenza. So we Saram Boon here. We have to draw a card, kill Teferi, and if we draw an untapped land, we can protect things. Or we could just play the Boon naked. Or we could just play all the glitters, honestly. It might even be better. Yeah, I actually like that a lot. That's even better. So let's play all the glitters. That defends against Ballista too. I don't think it's Saram going, but alright, let's just do that. So yeah, that's pretty nice. All the glitters, Hushbringer. Attack Teferi. And just say go with Blessing up. Hushbringer is pretty good against them. And they draw another Teferi. That is the sickest thing ever. Oh, I screwed up. I clicked too fast. I was supposed to Blessing the Hushbringer response. So they couldn't do this. That's so bad. Alright. Even though they would just plus it, it's still worth it to keep this in play and then I can kill it next turn. That was a horrible misplay on my part. Alright. I just clicked too fast. That's very frustrating. Alright. I was just aghast. They drew the best possible card out of their 80 card deck. Alright. So let's just draw a land, I guess. Okay. So now we can't even defend the Hushbringer anymore. I guess we're just playing Hushbringer and Saram. If they draw a land for Ballista, they can kill the Hushbringer. You know, like, fine, I guess. Because we with Teferi and play our Blessings don't do anything anyway, so yeah, that was a huge pun on my part. Alright. Play both of these, they go. Their hand is still null, unless they draw an untapped land for Ballista. And even then, it's just trading Ballista for Hushbringer 1-for-1, which is not the worst thing ever. But I'd like it if they just didn't draw a land here. That'd be cool. Tap land is fine, too. Plus Teferi, sure. Oh, they drew another removal spell. Alright, opponent's running pretty hot here, I'm not going to lie. But that's okay. I think we're fine still. Despite everything terrible that's happened to us this game. We're going to Griff Spoon the Saram. Sure. And now we're going to I guess all that glitters. We're just going to go big on the Saram. We have multiple ways to protect it, so... It does suck that the Reflector Mage is on now, but... It's kind of overkill here, but like, we might as well just cast our spells and draw cards, so... Favorite Hoplite? Sure. So sick. It's Shark Casket, too. Opponents draw on heaters. Opponents draw on heaters. And now, of course, now the Reflector Mage and Charming Prince are back on, which is annoying, but we have the blessings, so... But they draw Heliod. So now they can just kill us. I don't know if our opponent could have drawn any better for the last, like, 4 turns. Alright. That's actually just insane. So now if I draw a land, they can just combo kill us because they have Anafenza and Heliod. And a Ballista in their hand. Okay. Let's just draw some Ethereal Armors and kill them. That'd be really cool. I'd appreciate that. We'll just do that. No. Or not. Just brick. Okay. So I'd really prefer if I didn't draw land, I guess. Let's play Lurrus, set up for all the glitters next turn. So now if I draw land next turn, we're dead. Alright, well, that was a pretty unreasonable game. I'm not going to lie. I don't know how you can have it on like 10 streets in a row, but I guess you can. So, sure. Alright, I guess. We did screw up, obviously, which is very frustrating, but we just clicked too fast through the Teferi. Alright. Alright, let's win game 3. Teferi is very annoying. Teferi makes me less interested in blessings, for sure. I don't think I want anything else, though, honestly. I mean, maybe we want more 1-drops. So we're on the play now, and attacking Teferi is pretty good too, so I could shave like a blessing and maybe like a random or like a cartouche for like 2 all seeds. It's a ridiculous game. Very, very silly game. Alright, on the play. Yeah, if we had misclicked, I'm pretty sure we win that game pretty easily, which is unfortunate. But we would just blessing, they would plus Teferi, we'd untap and kill it, and then we'd probably be fine. But because then we'd have the ability to defend against the glass casket they drew, and so on and so forth. But that's all right. I just clicked too fast. All right, this sand is fine. It's not amazing, but we're going to keep it. Bottom mulligans at 6. Take that. Definitely need to draw like some sort of better payoff here, but... Alright, let's ship the Hateful Eidolon. We got Boon and Protection next turn, so... They scry top, sure. Favored Hoplite. Alright, I think I'd rather go in on Hoplite. Although that's hard to do because we can't defend against a kill spell here. Yeah, we're going to boon the Eidolon, and then we'll boon the Hoplite next. Let's see. Trying to play around like a Baffling End effect. Ugh. I guess we want to just go big on Hoplite, honestly. So we'll just play Hoplite, say go, and attack for 1. If they have Baffling End for Hoplite, we'll just double boon on the Hateful Eidolon this turn. They're targeting the Hateful Eidolon. I don't think I care, because my stuff never dies anyway, so I think that's fine. That's also cool. Alright, so let's Thoughtseize them first. All gas again, of course. They have Reflector Mage, Teferi, Anafenza, and Knight. So the 2 creatures don't really matter. The Reflector Mage we can counter with the Blessing. Unfortunately, if they get to do it again, we can't stop it, which is really bad, so pretty annoying hand here, but alright, take the Teferi. It's by far the best card in their hand and against us. And fire up a boon. Attack for 3. The Reflector Mage, we Blessing. It puts a counter on the Hoplite, which is cool. We boon again. That's for 6. Alright, big spell here, big spell. That is a big spell. That is a really big spell. So they have Anafenza, and we're going all in. We're just shoving here. Easy, easy shove. They drew an answer in the last 2 turns. C'est la vie. Attack for 10. Their hand is Anafenza, Knight, the card they drew, and the card they draw this turn. If it all comes apart, we just play Lurrus and try and rebuild. So, alright, cool, we'll take it. Whew, boy. Yeah, I'm glad we won after that game 2 there. That game 2 was something else. Something else. Whew, boy. On the draw. It's a long wait. They have a companion. Oh, it's Yorion again. Wow, that's weird. We played against companions 5 rounds in a row. Who would have seen that happening? Another 1-lander on the draw. No black mana. We have armor. I think if this is a Godless Shrine, I would consider keeping, but with no black mana, we definitely can't keep. So, a mulligan. I mean, this hand is the definition of all in, but we're going to keep. We're going to ship one of these cartouches. Cartouches. I mean, no protection, no SRAM. We'll see what we can do here. Shambling Vents. This may be the Doom Foretold deck again. That could be a problem. Oh, this is SRAM. Alright, cool. Hop it up. Excuse me. Plains. Birth of Meletis. Sure. I think we're running SRAM next turn. Ethereal Armor. Yeah, I mean, it obviously going to stink if they have a kill spell for it. There's a lot they could have, but we got to ship it. If we had a 3rd land, we can maybe wait a turn, but we can't. We have 4 1-mana auras in our hand. I don't want to play this before I play SRAM, so see what happens next turn. Doesn't seem like an easy matchup. Yep. That was the fear, of course. But so we get Lurrus here. Or we can just go big on the Hoplite and just let it ride. Letting it ride is pretty risky. But playing Lurrus, having it die is also risky. Go for it or not to go for it? I think we're just going for it. Honestly, if we draw a land, we can play Lurrus and replay the Hoplite if it dies. Yeah, we're just letting it ride. It's going to be a monster attack, so give it flying. And then I guess the Cartouche. Maybe not. Maybe I actually want Sentinel's Eyes to die. Yeah, I think it's Sentinel's Eyes. Alright, I mean, attack for 1,000,000. Or 9. Same thing. If they have a Doom Foretold or a Demonic Pact, it's fine. Doom Foretold, we just sack the Sentinel's Eyes. So, like, they need to have a targeted kill spell here. And it can't be Oath Guy, obviously, because our Hoplite's got a really big booty. I mean, really, there's nothing to say here. Either you have it or you don't. Like, so I would hope that them taking so long, I mean, they don't have it, and they're trying to figure out how to wiggle their way out of this one. Treacherous Blessing, draw 3 cards, and every spell kills them. That was good for us. That's the epitome of not having it. So let's just like draw an aura and kill them this turn. Perfect. Perfect. Overkill. Overkill. I'd love to see it. How big is it going to be? Don't concede. 19. Get you. Get you. All right. Turn 4 kill. Got to make him have it. Got to make him have it sometimes. All right. So all 4 apostles. All 4 Thoughtseize. We didn't want Hushbringer against them, right? No. And we don't want... Also, you can do pro-black. Hoplites aren't great. They die to everything. What did we do last time? I forgot. Like we shaved some of our worst auras. Apostle's good. Is Ephemia even good? It seems fine. Yeah, it's good. Good grindy card, I guess. Shave like a cartouche. I don't think that shaving all the glitters is crazy either, because it's just like the clunkiest, or it is like really, really good though. Karametra's Blessings. I don't mind shaving 1 or 2. Now we do have Thoughtseize and a pro black creature, so. And they have their own Thoughtseizes too, so they can just like take it or see it and play around it. I mean, Ephemia making random 2/2s is almost like a lot of their stuff exiles anyway. I don't know. Maybe it's just like all the glitters. It's the clunkiest card. We don't necessarily need to go all in on something. And like we already have 4 armors and 3 all the glitters. I think it's plenty. We're gonna do this, I think. Realistically, all the glitter is just a much worse ethereal armor. It's just like ethereal armor, but it costs double and does less. No artifacts in our deck. I do like the card Helm of the Gods. That's a card that I like a lot. I kind of wish it was in this deck. It was a 4 of my original version of the deck. Just kind of sits there. It's like cranial plating, where like every creature if it dies, it gets a new thing. Makes your tokens really good too, so you can keep like pantsing up the tokens. But I don't know. Maybe I should have played one of those to try it out. All right. Opponents in the play. Our hand is pretty good, actually. Opponent keeps 7. We're going to keep 2. Basic planes go. I think we're going to Thoughtseize on 1 here. We can draw a land or not. We didn't draw a land. Thoughtseize on 1. We can Saram on 2. And then start casting auras on 3. If we Eidolon on 1, then are we playing Saram on 2? Probably not. Yeah, Roshan Thoughtseize on 1 here. Let's give an idea what their hand looks like. And their hand is not great. Their hand is Cling to Dust, which just exiles a card from a graveyard and they gain life. Draw cards, a cantrip. A Demonic Pact, which is one of their better cards, but is very, very slow. It doesn't really kill our creatures either. And then Oath of Kaya, which does kill our creatures. So I think it's a pretty easy Oath of Kaya here. They also went Plains first over Swamp when they have Cling to Dust in their hand. They could have just cycled this turn. It's kind of weird, but sure, I guess it's fine. I guess whatever. I ain't them. Oh, I moved the Swamp by accident. Oops. Whatever. They have a Swamp in their hand. Yep, there it's gone. All right. Oh, there's a Swamp. Yeah. What am I doing? I hope I didn't miss a card. I think I missed a card. They have a Plains in their hand, too. Yeah, okay. So Swamp, go. Alright, well, don't draw a kill spell, I guess. Cling to Dust, my Thoughtseize to draw a card. Sure. You have Plains, Demonic Pact, and they're playing Treacherous Blessing. Just draw them a lot of cards. But now I've got free reign this turn, which is nice. We draw Courtyard, which is also nice. Let's just start casting spells. Start with Cartouche. Draw a card. Another Cartouche, sure. I guess Sentinel's Eyes. I guess Cartouche is better, actually. Yeah. Alright, let's play Cartouche again. Draw another card. It's a Hateful Eidolon. So now I have the option of playing a third Aura or just playing Hateful Eidolon. It's possible they have Wraths in their deck, honestly. Which is a little scary, but I guess that makes Hateful Eidolon better. So you would draw 2 off of the auras. Yeah, I think it's fun. Play Hateful Eidolon, attack. So they have a million cards in their hand. Whenever they cast a spell, they lose a life, but obviously they can just like flicker it with the Yorion and draw more cards and stuff. There's the Plains they have. Alright, so they do have a Wrath, so that sucks, but we'll draw 2 cards off of the Hateful Eidolon, so pretty neutral on cards here. Untap and draw some lands. Okay. So we can like we could Yorion here, but I think we're just gonna Ephemia, Hateful Eidolon, play an Aura of some kind. Let's play Sentinel's Eyes and the Ephemia. And we'll exile one of our cards in the graveyard next turn, so we can get a. We're gonna exile a Cartouche. Get a 2/2, which is fine. They have a lot of cards in their hand. This is like a hard matchup for us. They have like infinite removal, Wrath of Gods, a decent engine. They have a lot of edict effects, not a lot, but they have like ways to like edict us too. It's like a hard one. It's our only loss so far in this league, so. You have Wrath for the pro black creature too. It's tough. Play Plains. They have 6 cards in hand. They're just going to play their Sky Nomad and flicker their Treacherous Blessing. Which is fine. It is a big blocker. But we can pants up pretty good here. The problem is they're just going to like just drawing 100,000 million cards. They have 9 cards in hand. Like, we can all deck Glitters and Ethereal Armor this turn, but now we're basically just all in. Alright, they discard Treacherous Blessing and Shambling Vent. Not a lot of info there. I think we're just putting everything on the battlefield and attacking, honestly. I mean, if we get Wrathed again, we can't do much. We do all have all these Hateful Eidolons, so we will draw a lot of cards if we get Wrathed. Yeah, just play stuff. Just put all the Glitters in the Ephemia. Ethereal Armor on the Hateful Eidolon. It's a 7/6. Now it's even bigger. Play Hateful Eidolon as Wrath Insurance here. Where if they Wrath us, they we attack with everything. They have Chump Block. This is 16. So Yori and Chump Blocks. If they Wrath, we draw 6 cards. It's not bad. We're going to exile Hateful Eidolons. If they Wrath, we'll have plenty of Hateful Eidolons in the graveyard anyway, so... Make him have it. Seven cards in hand, 61 cards in deck. Flicker of Fate. Ooh, boy, that's bad. Targeting the Hateful Eidolon. Okay, so they lose a life. They now can't cast Wrath, which is interesting. So Eidolon goes away and comes back. Armor goes away. They can't Wrath anymore. And even if they did Wrath, we'd still draw 4 cards. That's not the end of the world. It's probably a good start for us if they started there. Elspeth's Nightmare. Okay, so they have Fatal Push, they're saying. They can kill my Ephemia. Orbital Scoop. Great. So we'll take it. We'll take it. 4-1. This deck seems really, really, really good. There's not much to say, really. The deck just seems really, really good. Not much has changed. I would say all Seed of Life's Bounty is a little awkward because everyone's playing white, it feels like. But deck just seems great. It's just fast, aggressive, and powerful. And then if things go wrong, you cast Lurrus. We didn't cast it in half the games, in more than half the games, but it was always there looming, which is great. Thoughtseizers are great. Apostles are great. Definitely want to have some tech for the mirror. I think Legion's End was kind of cool. Might want a little more than that. Hushbringer is pretty good. Deck just seems great. I'm probably going to play this deck in the Lotus Box Open on Sunday. Of course, that's yesterday if you're watching this video on Monday. We'll see how I do. But looking for a pretty sweet deck to play in Pioneer. This deck is awesome. It's also very inexpensive. Almost all commons and uncommons. Obviously, Thoughtseizers are a little pricey and the lands are a little pricey, but those are staples you want anyway. So definitely a good, inexpensive, powerful deck. It's aggressive, it's fast, and great starting point for the Pioneer format. So I'm Jim Davis for CoolStuffInc.com. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure to check out CoolStuffInc.com proper. There's always a companion article to go along with these videos here. I do a video Monday and an article Friday on CoolStuffInc.com. So check out the companion article on Cool Stuff if you haven't already. Also check out my article on CoolStuffInc.com from last Friday, where I talk about all the mistakes I made in my Ikoria standard deck building. Pretty cool article. I go over a lot of interesting mistakes I made. You learn the most things from your mistakes, and I made a lot of them. So check that one out too. And of course, use promo code Jim5 for 5% off your order on CoolStuffInc.com. You order your Ikoria cards, order your games. Obviously, we're all quarantined, so you can order some board games, things like that. As well as a sorting tray is really good. Sort your collection. And if you use promo code Jim5, 5% off, and Jim Davis Goblin token for free with your order. All right? Pretty awesome. Check it out. CoolStuffInc.com. And of course, free content every single weekday. No paywall ever. CoolStuffInc.com. Thanks for watching. I'm Jim Davis. See you next week right here on CoolStuffInc.com Monday video series.